Hello guys, today I want to talk to you about something called habitual jump training. Some of you have heard of it. One of the very first programs available for training your vertical was a habitual jump training program. And the author has done a really incredible job of marketing the program, so there's a lot of people out there who have used the program or are currently using the program and just want to shed some light on how you can get the best results or basically how this program works. And for those of you who don't know, habitual jump training is basically repeatedly jumping in order to make your body more accustomed to that activity and thus improve. And so the precept is very simple. I like in the videos it talks about the kangaroo effect that eventually happens because you're jumping over and over again. I want to talk today about what habitual jump training has to do with your fiber size, your fiber recruitment, neuromuscular patterns, and firing rate. Basically, it has very little to do with your muscle fiber size. So habitual jump training is not going to do a whole lot to make you stronger or to increase your muscle fiber size. And this is because in order to become stronger, you need to provide great amounts of resistance to your muscles. And because it's a pure body weight program with very few one-leg movements, there's not going to be a great increase in fiber size. Although those who have not done any resistance training are going to notice some increases in strength. I also want to talk about fiber recruitment. Now, fiber recruitment is the amount of muscle fiber that's recruited during a particular exercise or movement. And because habitual jump training is done with no weight and is done at a low intensity, the fiber recruitment is going to be lower. And that's just the fact of it. So you're not going to be recruiting all the muscle fiber and working all the muscle fiber that you can. I also want to talk about neuromuscular patterns. Basically, a neuromuscular pattern is any type of skill that your body uses your muscles in order to perform. So anytime you're manipulating your body with your muscles, there's a neuromuscular pattern or combinations of neuromuscular patterns taking place. Neuromuscular patterns are used to play the piano, to sprint, to do jumping jacks, basically any activity. Now, there is a plus side with habitual jump training, and that is that you are training your body to jump. Not everyone is accustomed to the movements, the arm swings, everything involved with jumping. Babies learn to walk, kids learn to run, sprint, and eventually at some point you need to learn to correctly jump. And your body will learn habitually by doing something over and over. Your body will have the memory of how to jump, and there will be a new or strengthened muscular pattern of jumping. Now, the downside is that neuromuscular pattern will be a sub-maximal pattern. Because habitual jump training, there's so much volume involved in the program that most of the jumps are done at a sub-maximal level. That means that you're not jumping as high as you possibly can each time. And your body knows that, and that neuromuscular pattern includes that. So most of the pattern that you are strengthening is at a sub-maximal level, and that's not what you want to be training if you're wanting to jump at your maximum height. So that's the downside. Lastly, I want to talk about your firing rate. When you exert a force, your muscle fires more than once. In fact, it has a firing rate, and that determines how much strength or how much torque you have during that movement. And once again, because habitual jump training requires so much volume, you end up pacing yourself, and your firing rate is going to be lower as well. So basically, habitual jump training is not going to be optimal for increasing fiber size, fiber recruitment. It's not going to give you an optimal neuromuscular pattern to create or strengthen, and it's not going to optimize your firing rate. So basically, what it will teach you to do is jump at a certain level for a certain period of time. It will increase your endurance. For those of you who have noticed results on habitual jump training, there's a few reasons. The first one is that it is teaching you the mechanics of jumping, proprioception to jump. And there's a benefit there. The other thing is, although there's a lot of volume, many of you doing the program, for the first 10 to 20 reps, you're probably jumping a lot higher at the beginning. And as the volume increases, as more and more reps, your intensity is going to lower. So most of your gains are taking place at the very first portion of this workout because your intensity is high, you're more at maximum effort. And so here's my recommendation. if you want to get the most out of this. First of all, I want to give a shameless plug for my own product, the Jump Manual. It's all about how to increase and maximize your explosiveness as an athlete. But if you want to stick with habitual jump training, let's call it optimized habitual jump training, or maximized habitual jump training, or even modified habitual jump training. What you want to do, if you want to do the program, is you would take away the reps. Well, don't take them away. What you want to do is each set, limit it to anywhere from 5 to 15 reps, but be very careful that each rep has a rest of about 5 to 10 seconds in between each rep. You do this so you can give each rep optimal max effort. So you can put all of your intensity into each rep and get the most out of each rep. And then notice how high you're jumping on each rep. And as soon as that height decreases, you can be sure that now you're training a sub-maximum effort, because before you were clearly jumping higher. So when you reach this level where you're jumping lower each time, you want to stop and at least give yourself some rest before you go back into it. If you're dead set on doing this type of volume, you should know that there can be problems with your joints. So I would recommend lowering the volume. When you get to the point where you can't jump as high each rep, it's over. Stop the set. Even stop the workout if you have to, but if you want, you can stop the set, provide a rest period of anywhere from 1 to 4 minutes, and then you can go back into the program at that maximum effort, and that's where you're going to get the most improvement from your vertical jump. So basically, if you're doing habitual jump training with massive amounts of volume, you're training mostly at a sub-maximum level, and that's the type of gains you're going to get from it. If you want to optimize it, I would recommend clustering, so to speak, all of the reps into smaller sets so that you can give maximal effort to each rep, and you're going to get a whole lot better results. I would also recommend that you get on some type of strength training regimen so that you can increase your overall fiber size, fiber recruitment, and you'll have a lot more potential gains if your strength is higher. For those of you who aren't completely convinced that you can increase your vertical in the weight room, I promise you, you can increase your vertical in the weight room. The stronger your legs are, the lighter your body's going to feel, the more explosion capacity you will have to train. So anyways, I hope this helps to shed some light on habitual jump training. Certainly not out there to bash anybody's program. I just want to help whoever may be on that program to increase their results. Thank you.